E a proposito di estate, quali saranno i prossimi appuntamenti? Dov'è che possiamo venire a seguirti, a ballare un po' con te?
Allora, il 15 luglio sarò a Roma, che per chi non lo sapesse è la capitale dell'Italia. Lo so, è una cosa che non si sa.
C'è qualcuno che non lo sa? Alzi la mano. Ah, vedi che c'è qualcuno che...
Lo dico per loro soprattutto.
N.A.I.P per la cultura, lo vedi?
E poi dovrei essere vicino Parma e poi in Calabria finalmente. Un applauso campanilista alla Calabria, per piacere. Grazie.
Ah, ma guarda, ma c'è pure qualche calabrese qua messo.
Qualche.
La Little Calabri è venuta. Little Calabri.
Bene, allora ti ringraziamo N.A.I.P, davvero, è stato bellissimo aprire questa seconda parte con te.
Grazie mille, grazie a tutti,
grazie,
buon proseguimento. Recupero le scarpe.
Va bene, vai, recupera.
Facciamo ancora un applauso mentre recupera le scarpe. Vabbè, c'è sportività.
Lo sapete fare voi, ragazzi?
No, sì, ma te lo facciamo vedere un'altra volta.
Dopo dici, io non
è il
posso
momento.
adesso invece.
Ma sì, ma sì.
Mi metto al centro.
Certo,
Sì.
prego,
Bene,
prego. Allora, siete carichi, siamo carichi, no? Minchia, dici
Sì.
tu, dopo...
Cosa hai
dopo tutto
detto?
questo. No, dico, dopo tutto questo.
Ho sentito un intercalare siciliano che secondo me forse non si sono accorti gli altri.
No, perché ormai io lo dico, perché lui mi ha detto non
con
dire
troppa,
parolacce,
con troppa velocità lo
Lo dice così veloce, ragazzi, che si confonde tra le parole. Ma
È una virgola, è una virgola.
L'avete sentito tutti?
Vabbè, che scusate, c'è qualche siciliano qua per caso fra di voi?
C'è la
Siciliani,
curva
no
siciliana.
scimmie, ragazzi. Sto, che cos'è?
Un grido stranissimo. Insomma, comunque è bello vedere il WMF così popolato. Cioè, noi c'eravamo qui anche qualche anno fa quando eravamo in videochiamata. Quanti di voi erano in conference call col WMF negli anni passati che hanno visto quello che è successo? Abbiamo un po' sofferto questa lontananza, poi l'abbiamo recuperato. Questo secondo me è il primo anno in cui non ci sentiamo in colpa di fare aggregazioni.
È vero.
Perché io fino all'anno scorso avevo paura di dire ma com'è la vita prima del 2019? Com'era? C'è una C e un dopo C, un avanti Covid e un dopo Covid, probabilmente, questo 2019.
Praticamente è vero. E poi tra l'altro vedo che stanno già entrando tutte le persone. Io vi invito ad entrare qui, a venire a trovarci qua, perché tra pochissimo entriamo nel vivo di questa
Venite, ci sono tanti posti liberi qua, sono gratuiti.
Lo diciamo anche in inglese, già siete, magari per chi
Dai, che se ti sentono non entrano. Please, welcome to the stage.
Please, già siete no stage.
Sembrava la metro Lilla.
Sembrava, vero? E allora, visto che siamo pronti per dare l'inizio, abbiamo iniziato con N.A.I.P, ma adesso dobbiamo veramente entrare nel vivo anche di questa seconda parte, di questo secondo segmento, di questa bellissima giornata di We Make the Future Together, perché questo è importante, stare tutti quanti insieme. Allora vorrei chiamare qui sul palco insieme a noi per parlare di intelligenza artificiale, di sostenibilità applicata all'ambiente, Rika Nakazawa.
Facciamo un applauso.
Diamo il cambio.
Noi ci vediamo dopo,
Ci vediamo dopo, ragazzi, ti lasciamo.
Ciao, buongiorno. Such a pleasure to be here. I asked ChatGPT before I came on stage how I wear a dress, and they told me I have to be a musician, like the one just now. Before I talk about ChatGPT and AI, what I wanted to share with you today is that after my talk today, I hope you rethink what we mean by intelligence. Intelligence is a word that has become very popular right now with artificial intelligence. But my position and my proposal is that there is nothing artificial about artificial intelligence at all. So before I start talking about how that is, why that is, let me first start by saying, what is the definition of intelligence? Intelligence can be seen as the capacity to learn, to reason, to be creative, and most importantly, to problem solve. And in Hindu religion or Buddhism religion, there's the idea of the third eye. There's one eye here, one eye here, and one eye in the middle of your head and your forehead. It's a third eye. So what I'd like to talk about today, as we think about AI, are three other eyes. I'd like for us to talk about innovation, intelligence of a different kind, and the third I is inspiration. So my journey has been around innovation in many ways. At NTT, we're one of the largest technology services company. I have been a woman in tech my entire career. And what you see here is an image of the explosion of emerging technologies that has captivated industry, that has elevated imagination, and made what people thought was impossible, possible. And this is a very important concept for us to understand of this explosion that happened due to COVID-19. So the pandemic, as painful as it was something that really created a whole new kaleidoscope of technologies that we have the opportunity to harness and bring to market. And so when we look at the different ways that sustainability has come into the industry, it has become a key topic and key concern for enterprises everywhere. And for those of you who are startups, I know that sustainability is something that is important to you as well. And for us at NTT, we have 6 major technology enablers that we think about. We have the digitization of operations, migration to the cloud, green coding, organizational awareness as more and more people think about AI and the role that sustainability has, data center efficiency, and of course, leveraging AI and automation. So let's talk about leveraging AI and automation. I asked ChatGPT, how can AI solve for industry's sustainability challenges? Now, ChatGPT, interestingly, responded talking about itself as if it was a third person. Said, well, ChatGPT can help with information education to understand what are the biggest challenges that organizations in industry are facing. Number 2 is how to promote sustainable practices. How can we learn from the different ways that organizations are addressing sustainability? 3rd is data analysis and problem solving. 4th is innovation, how to create things out of existing things, putting them together and realizing new ways for us to think about the world. And lastly, collaboration and knowledge sharing. But the most important part about my question to ChatGPT was, this is what they said. It said, while ChatGPT can provide valuable support, it's essential to recognize that solving sustainability challenges requires collective efforts involving individuals, organizations, governments, and technological advancements. AI can be a powerful tool to augment humans, but ultimately it is up to us as a society to take action and implement sustainable practices at all levels. So, ChatGPT was not as helpful as I thought it would be to tell me what is the answer, what is a panacea to the CO2 and carbon footprint of waste and energy management. And so when we think about intelligence, as I said, it's about the ability to learn, the ability to problem solve, the ability to be creative and to plan and to figure out complex problems. Thank you, Elon Musk. I'm sure there are many Elon Musk fans in the audience here. Elon has figured out how to put a computer into our computer. Our brain is able to process much more than today's computer. The reason why we don't is because the heating of our brain and the energy that's needed to fuel that level of processing would have our heads explode. So Elon Musk has decided to create Neuralink, and in the US, just about 3 weeks ago, the FDA approved putting a chip inside your head. And what does that mean for intelligence? Artificial intelligence can be seen as something that is an extension of who we are and what we're capable of. One night at a dinner, not as good as the dinners I've had here in Rimini, by the way, amazing pasta, I got into an argument with somebody about artificial intelligence, and I said, there's nothing artificial about artificial intelligence. It's an extension of humans. It's an extension of the things that we have created, of the ways that we have taken math and science and put it to work, and art and put it to work. And so I coined the term organic intelligence. Organic intelligence is where we are going as people, as a community, as a way of integrating digital, all the technologies that you saw on the screen earlier, and how we're going to solve for some of the most fundamental issues that's facing us today as a planet, as a society, and as a collective community here today. The other side of the term organic intelligence has to do with the fact that if you just look at the world around you, look at your dogs, your pets, look at your garden, look at when you're pouring a glass of water in the mornings, what you will see is a math and a design that is intelligent in nature itself. What can we learn of the tens of thousands of years that this planet has been here much longer than we humans have? What can we learn from the nature and the science and the math and the design around us that can help us save ourselves? And all you need to do is look at the bee that can figure out colors and signs, or look at the white fox that knows how to create a green tundra in its environment in the Arctic ice, or mushrooms. And for those of you that watched The Last of Us, I'm so sorry if I'm giving you PTSD, but mycelia and mushrooms are intelligent, even though I don't think that they're going to create zombies. They create an intelligent network in their roots. Speaking of roots, plants. Plants figure out how to grow through photosynthesis and signals of on and off. And last but not least, my favorite is slime. In the early 2000s, a Japanese researcher from my home country, I'm born and raised in Japan, he showed that slime can figure out how to get through a maze. A simple organism as slime was able to problem solve, and if you left it alone long enough, it would create what looked like a subway system. And so all we need to do is look at the world around us and the beauty and the design and the inspiration and intelligence that's in the world around us. And we have a lot of work to do. Solving sustainability, if any of you are familiar with the UN SDGs, it's a big, monumental task. These are 17 goals that each one has hundreds, if not thousands, of aspects to it to unpack. And so as we think about the era that we're going through, the Earth has been around for millions and millions of years. We have been in a Holocene into the Industrial Age. During the Industrial Age, we entered what's known as an Anthropocene. We humans are materially affecting the Earth, what it looks like, how it looks. And so my proposition to you is that everybody here has agency and a responsibility to think about intelligence, innovation, and inspiration that you all get from everybody that you encounter here, that you see on stage, and that you share a water boat with in the fountains outside. And I would say we're entering what's called a cosmocene. Cosmos means beautiful order, and that's what I encourage everybody to pursue. So we are in an era of what I call organic intelligence, and I encourage you to think about the next time you're having a conversation with somebody about ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. Is it exogenous? Is it outside of you? Or is it within you, without us, everywhere, all around you? And before I say grazie, arigatou gozaimasu, dankeschön, and thank you, I will say this. Vi amo tutti, miei fratelli, sorelle, animali, alberi, oceani, rocce, musica e la terra. Grazie.
Rika Nakazawa.
Grazie. Bene, bene ragazzi, adesso è il momento di Ti dico la verità, era felice che lei subito se n'è andata perché aveva paura e ci parlava in inglese e lui non lo sa parlare. Quindi
Ma perché devi dire
appena l'ha
queste
vista che se ne andava era
Ma
felice.
che c'è? L'inglese è una lingua di tutto il mondo, insomma. Chi non parla l'inglese?
Tu.
Ma è il momento di andare avanti con un premio.
Sì.
È un premio tutto al femminile. E
Però non
quindi
dire niente, non
non
fare
dico nulla. Vediamo il teaser.
Abbiamo il teaser.
Vediamo il teaser, regia, grazie. E allora chiamiamo sul palco Mariangela Siciliano e Lorenzo Tagliaferri con il vostro applauso per parlare di questo progetto tutto al femminile. Buon pomeriggio, benvenuti, benvenuti, prego. Ciao.
Ciao ragazzi.
Grande piacere. Ciao. Prego, in mezzo a noi.
Buon pomeriggio a tutti.
Sì, parliamo di questo premio.
Ok, allora noi in realtà eravamo su questo palco l'anno scorso, quindi anche grazie ancora a We Make Future per aver rinnovato il riconoscimento su questa iniziativa. Women in Export è un progetto che è nato 2 anni fa durante la pandemia e l'idea era quella di fare rete, fare community, un termine che ci piace tantissimo in questo contesto, per valorizzare il capitale intellettuale femminile che ruota attorno al nostro export, al nostro Made in Italy. In queste sessioni, in questi giorni si sta parlando tanto, no, di competitività dei nostri giovani talenti, delle nostre imprese. E valorizzare la parità di genere non come un diritto da conquistare, ma come una leva di vantaggio competitivo per le nostre imprese è fondamentale. E quindi abbiamo lanciato questa community che oggi conta più o meno 1000 donne che provengono dal mondo delle istituzioni, delle imprese, dal mondo accademico e che si occupano di export e di internazionalizzazione. Questo progetto quest'anno si chiama Obiettivo Sud, quindi ha anche una piccola declinazione. Ho visto che voi non siete nordici.
No, noi siamo il tuo
E da
cognome.
che cosa te ne sei accorta?
Da un accento leggermente...
Noi siamo il tuo cognome, siamo siciliani.
Ah, voi siete il mio cognome, quindi
No,
siamo in famiglia.
Però in quanto del Sud anche noi volevamo ringraziare perché comunque è un progetto
Certo.
che colpisce la nostra terra con 3 R.
Ed è appunto un progetto che si chiama Obiettivo Sud perché abbiamo scelto di partire dal Sud, di non fermarci al Sud, ma di lanciare questa formazione che ad oggi ha coinvolto 350 imprenditrici del Sud per valorizzare appunto quello che è l'enorme contributo che le donne nel Sud danno per portare il nostro Made in Italy nel mondo. Quindi storie bellissime di imprenditrici che anche in settori conosciuti come settori a prevalenza maschile hanno invece una capacità, una forza, un coraggio, una visione di portare le nostre eccellenze italiane sul mercato. Quindi è un progetto bello perché tocca diversi ambiti.
È bello cercare di raggiungere la normalità, appunto, grazie a questi progetti dedicati alla parità, ma che devono puntare chiaramente alla normalità. Facciamo ancora un applauso e consegniamo il premio, così permettiamo... Un applauso, per favore, ragazzi, grazie. Permettiamo ai nostri fotografi di immortalare questo premio di WMF, fra l'altro, per questo progetto. Grazie ancora,
Grazie
ragazzi.
ancora a voi, grazie.
E allora ai prossimi anni, all'anno prossimo.
Speriamo, l'anno prossimo siamo qui.
Ciao ragazzi, grazie. Grazie mille. Bene, allora...
Bene. Allora.
Noi abbiamo consegnato questo premio, chiaramente ce ne saranno altri, domani c'è un'altra giornata straordinaria.
Siamo
WMF,
qui per i premi noi, non è che...
Questo WMF è straordinario. Intanto accogliamo ancora Diletta sul palco perché dobbiamo andare avanti, giusto Diletta?
Esatto, dobbiamo andare avanti con il prossimo speech perché lentamente ci stiamo avvicinando verso la Startup Competition. Anche quest'anno ci saranno veramente tantissime startup in gara che sarà molto divertente, quindi non vedo l'ora davvero di entrare nel vivo anche nella gara e vedere chi vincerà. Startup non soltanto italiane ma anche internazionali. E andiamo avanti ragazzi con il prossimo speech e sono contenta di chiamare qui sul palco Diego Bettoni.
Dai ragazzi, applauso, ragazzi. Cioè, non mi fate fare brutte figure. Diego. Oh.
Non sono N.A.I.P.
Ma no.
Prego Diego, il palco è tutto tuo. Spiegaci come funziona l'intelligenza artificiale.
Grazie mille. Buonasera a tutti. Allora sì, volevo parlarvi brevemente nei prossimi 10 minuti di questo progetto che è destinato a diventare l'infrastruttura nazionale digitale per ricerca e innovazione nel campo del supercalcolo, costruita tra l'altro a partire da un'infrastruttura che è già esistente, e sto parlando appunto del Centro Nazionale di Ricerca in HPC, Big Data e Quantum Computing, che abbiamo chiamato XC, che sta per Italian Center for Supercomputing. Allora, nella creazione abbiamo seguito innanzitutto la bussola digitale europea, che si basa su competenze, infrastrutture, servizi pubblici e imprese, competenze non solo per gli specialisti del settore delle tecnologie dell'informazione e della comunicazione, ma anche competenze da estendere al pubblico generale, infrastrutture per dare connettività, dati, accesso, servizi pubblici, anche qui parliamo di servizi pubblici di base, parliamo di sanità online, parliamo di identità digitale, e infine le imprese, grandi protagoniste in generale del PNRR, ma in particolare di questo centro nazionale, per aumentare, diciamo così, l'alfabetizzazione digitale delle imprese dell'Unione Europea. La strategia parte da un'osservazione molto semplice, vale a dire che nei prossimi anni, anzi in realtà è un processo che è già in corso da parecchio tempo, c'è questo aumento esponenziale nella quantità di dati prodotti in tutti i livelli, pubblici e privati. Quindi si parla di un fattore 5 dal 2018 al 2025 previsto. Quindi se nel 2018 noi potevamo, immagazzinando i dati prodotti su Applet da 512 gigabyte, coprire la distanza fra la Terra e la Luna, nel 2025 questa distanza la copriremo 5 volte, perché il numero di dati prodotti aumenterà appunto di un fattore 5. Corrispondentemente aumenta ovviamente l'economia dei dati, e lì vedete i numeri, e corrispondentemente aumenta il numero di addetti alla gestione dei dati e all'analisi dei dati. In questo contesto di questi grandi numeri, chiaramente la sfida non è soltanto immagazzinare i dati e gestirli, ma è anche estrarre valore dai dati. Quindi è per questo che la creazione di un centro nazionale in HPC, Big Data e Quantum Computing risponde alla necessità di mettere in campo una strategia nazionale ambiziosa che sia in armonia ovviamente con le tendenze europee, quindi con la strategia europea, e che consenta anche di colmare il divario che c'è fra il nostro paese e i paesi che sono più avanti. Nella creazione di questo centro ci sono 5 pilastri sui quali si basa e che vedrete tutti riprodotti quando poi vi descriverò brevemente il centro, e parliamo in primo luogo nella creazione di una infrastruttura cloud di supercalcolo che sia un'infrastruttura di livello mondiale, parlo di qualità, e che consenta l'accesso ai dati e ai servizi non soltanto da parte del mondo accademico e della ricerca, ma anche dell'industria e della pubblica amministrazione. La creazione di centri di eccellenza dove lavoreranno team di esperti, anche qui di livello mondiale, per essere i protagonisti della transizione digitale dei prossimi anni. L'ho già implicitamente detto, uno dei pilastri del nostro centro è la fortissima sinergia tra il mondo accademico, il mondo della ricerca, il mondo industriale e la pubblica amministrazione. Puntiamo tantissimo sulla formazione, nel Centro Nazionale c'è tantissimo spazio per i giovani, perché uno degli scopi del centro è proprio formare la prossima generazione di scienziati dei dati e di manager dei dati che diventeranno i protagonisti di questa transizione digitale. E infine vogliamo che queste misure diventino strutturali e che siano misure strutturali per l'innovazione e anche per la divulgazione. Questo lo realizziamo grazie al famoso PNRR, il Piano Nazionale di Ripresa e Resilienza, che tra le sue varie misure ha previsto la creazione di 5 centri nazionali con un investimento complessivo di circa 1,6 miliardi, e il Centro Nazionale in HPC, Big Data e Quantum Computing è uno di questi 5 centri a cui sono arrivati circa 320 milioni di euro. Gli altri sono pure centri nazionali che sono già nati e che, come vedete, hanno come tematiche di grande interesse e di grande rilevanza per il futuro del nostro paese, ma in generale il futuro del pianeta, vorrei dire. Questi centri nazionali e quindi anche il centro HPC seguono un modello hub and spoke, in cui lo hub è responsabile del coordinamento e della rendicontazione, mentre gli spoke sono i responsabili dell'attività di ricerca e ogni spoke ha degli affiliati che ovviamente concorrono con lo spoke alla realizzazione appunto dei programmi di ricerca. Nel centro nazionale HPC abbiamo 11 spoke in tutto, uno spoke che, diciamo, orizzontale, che è l'infrastruttura, e 10 spoke tematici. Li vediamo brevemente in questa trasparenza. Allora, la figura di sinistra vi fa vedere l'infrastruttura. Come ho detto prima, la creazione di questa grande infrastruttura digitale parte da infrastrutture esistenti e su queste infrastrutture o se ne aggiungono di nuove oppure sono in campo programmi di miglioramento e di potenziamento delle infrastrutture esistenti, sia di big data che di quantum computing. L'infrastruttura, diciamo che è lo scheletro iniziale, è l'infrastruttura di calcolo degli NFN, l'Istituto Nazionale di Fisica Nucleare, che è stato il proponente di questo centro di ricerca e che ha questa infrastruttura di calcolo per analizzare l'enorme quantità di dati che ci vengono, per esempio, dall'LHC del CERN di Ginevra. Tutto è tenuto insieme dalla rete e il progetto prevede sia l'upgrade della rete a velocità del terabit, sia la sua estensione al territorio nazionale e in particolare nelle zone del sud e della Sardegna. Chi di voi stamattina ha sentito Einstein Telescope sa quanto è importante questa estensione territoriale. Poi abbiamo due spoke tecnologici, lo spoke 1 e lo spoke 10. Lo spoke 1 è l'hardware, quindi microprocessori, chip, mentre lo spoke 10 appunto è il calcolo quantistico. E poi abbiamo 8 spoke tematici che coprono tutte le aree di ricerca di maggiore interesse nel nostro paese e in cui il nostro paese è protagonista, quindi la fisica delle particelle, la fisica nucleare, l'astroparticle, l'astrofisica, scienze dei materiali, il clima, la terra, la mobilità, le biotecnologie, quindi tutti temi di grandissimo interesse. Il centro nazionale sta a Bologna, al Tecnopolo. Questa era una fabbrica di tabacco che è stata dismessa e che è stata convertita in una struttura tecnologica di alto livello che contiene già importanti centri tecnologici come il Centro Europeo di Previsioni del Tempo a medio termine, il Centro di Calcolo dell'INFN, il Cineca, il supercomputer del Cineca Leonardo, che è una delle 3 macchine pre-exascale esistenti al mondo e che si trova appunto in Italia. XC è un grande partenariato pubblico-privato, ho insistito molto su questo aspetto di mettere insieme istituzioni pubbliche, accademiche, di ricerca con il mondo delle imprese. Sono in tutto 51, 25 università, 12 enti di ricerca e 14 aziende. E le università le vedete qui, sono distribuite sul territorio nazionale, c'è molta attenzione al sud, poi lo vedremo quando parliamo dei fondi, e gli enti di ricerca che sono i principali enti di ricerca europei, li vedete lì, italiani, gli NFN, l'Enel, il CNR, l'INAF, l'OGS, eccetera. E qui invece vedete i fondatori privati, quelle 14 aziende di cui parlavo prima. Vi dicevo un budget complessivo di circa 320 milioni, di cui 140, quindi circa il 43%, sono l'infrastruttura e di questi 41% andranno al sud. Le persone, il budget andrà speso entro il 2025, ma il centro nazionale non muore nel 2025. La costruzione del centro nazionale è fatta anche in modo da garantirne la sostenibilità dopo che saranno finiti i fondi del PNRR. Le persone, 1500 ricercatrici e ricercatori già attivi nelle istituzioni che fondano il centro nazionale, 250, anzi più di 250 nuovi ricercatori e nuove ricercatrici, molti di quali sono già stati assunti, più di 250 nuove borse di dottorato in tutti gli atenei che partecipano al centro nazionale Importantissimi questi 32 milioni per i bandi aperti, in cui potremo coinvolgere anche istituzioni che non fanno parte del centro nazionale, e questi 32 milioni per i bandi di innovazione, che sono progetti congiunti fra settore pubblico e settore privato. Quindi spero di avervi convinto in questi 10 minuti che con XC stiamo veramente cercando di dare forma al futuro con questo centro nazionale, e vi lascio e vi saluto con questa trasparenza che è presa dall'inaugurazione del kick-off del centro nazionale a novembre dell'anno scorso al Tecnopolo di Bologna, alla presenza anche della ministra del MUR, la ministra Bernini. Vi ringrazio molto.
Grazie ancora. Grazie Diego.
Grazie mille, grazie mille.
Grazie.
Allora,
Bene.
andiamo avanti, passiamo da ospite in ospite.
Sì.
Però il prossimo ospite non è potuto venire, ci hanno detto.
Ah sì, fisicamente non è potuto venire, però è in collegamento.
Sì, sì,
e
ha
quindi,
fatto un
insomma,
collegamento. Siamo in
adesso
collegamento.
preghiamo la regia.
Siamo già in collegamento con il nostro ospite.
Buongiorno a tutti,
ok.
È un piacere ritornare, anche se solo virtualmente, su questo palco così prestigioso. Mi dispiace molto non essere lì di persona, ma spero comunque di potervi regalare una manciata di minuti di qualità, con qualche nuovo spunto di riflessione, prospettiva da considerare, magari anche idea di business, ma soprattutto di contribuire a rendere questo mondo un posto più piacevole e più sicuro in cui vivere. Senza rubare altro tempo, direi di tuffarci direttamente nella tematica di oggi, che ormai l'avrete capito, è il cappelletto. Qui alla saga
ma quale cappelletto?
vi dimostrerò
Ma i Sansoni?
come un sistema è in grado
Ma chi avete
di
presentato?
riconoscere quelli originali.
Come che abbiamo presentato? Scusa, quello che c'era scritto, no?
Ma quello lì non è Walter Riviera.
Come non è Walter Riviera?
No,
Scusa.
no, non è Walter Riviera.
Regia,
quello
ma
lì.
ma chi è che parla, regia?
Sono io Walter Riviera. Ed è un piacere tornare
Walter Riviera, facciamo un
Un
applauso.
applauso al nostro Walter Riviera.
qui.
E
Buon
chi era
pomeriggio.
quello? E quello chi era?
Quello lì, quella persona lì, è una persona che non esiste.
Ah.
È stata creata con l'intelligenza artificiale. L'AI generativa. E infatti, lo abbiamo fatto un po' apposta, ci siamo serviti della collaborazione con Syntonym, l'avete letto il logo nel video, e in realtà questo servizio, Syntonym è un'azienda di privacy. Che cos'è privacy? Questo è un servizio di anonimizzazione. A cosa serve l'anonimizzazione, vi chiederete voi? Beh, siamo sul palco Falcone e Borsellino. Pensate per esempio all'importanza di anonimizzare tutte le testimonianze di coloro che collaborano con le forze dell'ordine per la lotta alla mafia. Oppure proteggere i minori, anonimizzandoli, dai contenuti e l'esposizione inappropriata sul web. Se avete ben visto, dentro il video c'era un pallino blu che lampeggiava. Questa è la bella sensibilità che gli amici di Syntonym hanno utilizzato, perché volevano avvisare l'audience che quello che stavano vedendo era un contenuto finto, creato dalle AI. Ma questi sono esempi di AI usate in modo responsabile, e sappiamo molto bene che non è tutto rose e fiori il mondo, e ci sono anche dei potenziali aspetti allarmanti, un po' nocivi, in cui questa tecnologia può essere utilizzata. I cosiddetti deepfake. Ecco, i deepfake partono dall'assunzione che si usino volti, per esempio, di personaggi famosi, e qui in questo caso avremmo potuto usare i volti dei Sansoni nel mio video, oppure il vostro, o il tuo. Perché abbiamo lanciato questa provocazione? Perché volevamo lasciarvi lo stesso quesito che abbiamo iniziato a farci noi di Intel, ossia l'AI generativa ha letteralmente shakerato il mondo, tanto che siamo arrivati a un punto dove è davvero difficile distinguere ciò che è falso da ciò che è vero. Anzi, così, per alzata di mano, quanti di voi pensano che oggi siamo ancora in grado di distinguere il falso dal vero? Alzino la mano. Grazie. Quanti di voi pensano che non è possibile distinguere il falso dal vero? Caspita. Quanti di voi pensano che il Walter vero era quello là e io sono un finto? Grazie. Ebbene, io mi infilo nella prima categoria, quella che pensano, di quelli che pensano che sia ancora possibile discriminare i due. Sapete perché? Perché alla Intel Corporation, nei nostri laboratori, abbiamo creato uno strumento, il fake catcher, in grado di smascherare i deepfake con un'accuratezza prossima al 100%, in realtà manca qualcosina, ci siamo molto vicini però, e i dettagli di questo fake catcher ve li lascio spiegare direttamente dalla senior researcher, capo del progetto, direttamente dagli Intel Lab, Ilke Demir.
Deepfake videos are everywhere now. You have probably already seen them. Videos that show people, like celebrities, saying and doing things they never actually did. Fortunately, Intel is developing several solutions to detect deepfakes in real time, like the one you are seeing right now. Because you're not the real Ilke Demir, I am. Alright, you got me.
Thanks, Deepfake Ilke. Today we will talk about deepfakes and how to battle with them. I am Ilke Demir, Senior Staff Research Scientist from Intel Labs, and I am the mother of detectors that you can call me. In the intersection of responsible AI, security and privacy, and generative models, we have our trusted media team working for a trustful future. We work on manipulated content detection, we work on responsible generative AI, and we work on media provenance. And today, we are just talking about this little bubble called fake catcher under our detection research. Normally, deepfakes are asking what is wrong about a video. Is it boundary artifacts, symmetry artifacts? What is wrong with the video? We twist that question and we ask, what is making us human? What are watermarks of being human? What makes us authentic? The answer lies in your heart. So, when our heart pumps blood, it goes to your veins and your veins change color. That color change is computationally visible and it's called photophotosmography, PPG for short, and we are collecting all these PPG signals from everywhere on the face. Well, if you look at PPG signals on real and fake videos, in real videos they have a structure, they are periodic. In fake videos, they are everywhere. There is no consistency, there is no coherence. So we built a convolutional neural network-based architecture on top of the PPG maps to actually classify them into real and fake videos. The result? We took fake catcher and we built the world's first real-time deepfake detection platform. It is super optimized for Intel hardware. You can see that it uses Intel Deep Learning Boost libraries and AMX for efficient neural network operations. It uses optimized OpenCV and IPP blocks. It uses OpenMino AI models. And we can see the demo. My deepfake again. You can see that the segment label and segment confidence are here, video label, that is accumulated version, and video confidence are here, and we can securely find and catch my deepfake. We also have other videos. You can see Theresa May here that we find with high confidence that is a fake video, and you can see that the results are accumulated throughout the video. You may ask how real-time it is. Well, we can run 72 concurrent detection streams at the same time on one Intel 3rd generation Xeon scalable processor. And you can see in our detection wall that we can show all of these concurrent detection streams running at the same time on the client. Is it the end? No, of course not. We have so much research going on under each of the vectors under trusted media. We have detection research where we are looking at finding the source of deepfakes. We are looking at eye gaze-based detection to put another authenticity cue into the platform. We are also working in other domains, such as satellite imagery detection, because deepfakes are emerging in all other domains and we need to do something right now. We also have generative AI research. For example, we can do 3D digital humans, with consent, of course. We can do human soups in terms of eliminating the impersonation aspect of deepfakes so that we combine multiple sources into one face. We can also use deepfakes for privacy preservation. For example, if you don't want to appear in a photo, we say my face, my choice, and we are swapped with a quantitatively dissimilar deepfake in that photo. No one sees that you are not there anymore. We have so much other research vectors going on, so if you're interested, find me and see you!
Ebbene, avete visto che questo è semplicemente un piccolo esempio di tutti i progetti. Il Fake Catch è un piccolo esempio, guardate un po', si basa proprio su intelligenza artificiale. Tra tutti gli sforzi che Intel sta facendo per aiutare e motivare ad un uso responsabile dell'intelligenza artificiale. Ovviamente gli sforzi vanno ben oltre quelli dei laboratori di ricerca, includono i 3 pilastri tassativi e imprescindibili: la cultura, l'educazione e la consapevolezza. Perché una rivoluzione di questa portata, che ha invaso le vite di ognuno di noi, sia a livello civile che professionale, non può ridursi solo ad una mera questione tecnologica. C'è un'evoluzione di cultura, educazione e consapevolezza che, come notate, hanno ben poco, che richiedono tanta intelligenza ma ben poca di quella artificiale e molta di quella naturale, affinché l'uso di questi strumenti sia fatto in maniera adeguata e responsabile. Da questo punto di vista Intel si è adoperata e da qualche anno abbiamo introdotto nella nostra pipeline, che decide i progetti di AI, anche una revisione con il team legale, in grado di darci un parere non solo sul cosa quell'applicazione poi è destinata a fare, ma anche e soprattutto sul come. Un altro bellissimo sforzo è quello sull'educare nelle scuole. Abbiamo già dato vita a un progetto pilota più di 2 anni fa qui in Italia, di cui ho avuto l'onore e il piacere di essere un mentore di una scuola che è arrivata a costruire il suo prototipo, una scuola superiore che è arrivata a costruire il suo prototipo di intelligenza artificiale, vincendo anche un premio, perché crediamo che formare gli studenti gli serva in 2 direzioni. La prima, renderli più consapevoli ad un uso etico di questa tecnologia, e la seconda, formarli per le professioni del futuro, perché non sono molto d'accordo con chi dice che l'AI ruberà il lavoro. Semmai sarà chi la saprà usare meglio che avrà più chance di fare carriera in futuro. E quindi introdurre ed educare gli studenti, ma anche le persone comuni che usano questa tecnologia tutti i giorni, è indispensabile. Questo è il futuro che ci immaginiamo tutti insieme, inclusi, diversi, ma ad educare gli innovatori del futuro non solo dal punto di vista tecnologico, ma soprattutto e specialmente anche da quello del buon senso, dell'eticità e soprattutto della responsabilità. Quindi, come summary, abbiamo visto che l'AI può generare dei pensieri un po' allarmanti, ma l'AI stessa può aiutarci a frenarli se usata in maniera responsabile. E abbiamo visto soprattutto che questa AI generativa ha generato un'ondata che adesso ci richiede 3 sforzi incredibili: quello di migliorare la cultura, l'educazione, la consapevolezza, e come vedete il messaggio in sottofondo è uno solo: non c'è mai stato più bisogno di umanità di prima rispetto ad oggi. Grazie mille!
Grazie a Walter Riviera di Intel, grazie davvero. Bene, si state riscaldando, vi state preparando alla finale della Startup Competition? Sì? Siete scarichi, ragazzi? Sta andando bene? Me ne vado? Sta andando bene? Beh, ora quando arriva Diletta facciamo alzare il volume. Però prima di arrivare alla finale della Startup Competition chiamo sul palco Margherita Granbassi di Federscherma. Buon pomeriggio Margherita.
Ciao, buon pomeriggio a tutti, ciao Cosmano.
È un piacere riaverti su questo palco. C'è una collaborazione con Federscherma, il WMF, che va avanti da anni. Era 2017, credo, 2018, quando ci siamo incontrati sempre sul palco del WMF. In questi 3 giorni l'Italia è la capitale dell'innovazione, però in questo anno sarà anche capitale mondiale della scherma.
Certo, della scherma, perché avremo 2 competizioni importantissime sia a livello olimpico che paralimpico. Ci saranno i campionati del mondo appunto di scherma a Milano dal 22 al 30 luglio, mentre a Terni i campionati del mondo di scherma paralimpica in ottobre dal 2 al 6. Per cui veramente 2 eventi importantissimi. I mondiali ritornano dopo tanti anni, diciamo, nel paese, che è veramente re per quanto riguarda la scherma, perché insomma i nostri ragazzi sono ormai tanti anni che portano avanti una tradizione, anche se qui appunto siamo in un ambito, in un ambiente in cui si parla di innovazione. Lo sport che ho praticato è la scherma, che è uno sport che ha una grande tradizione ma che punta anche ad essere sempre al passo con i tempi.
E speriamo che ci faranno sognare, no? I nostri atleti, così come hai fatto tu, che ci hai fatto sognare. E tra l'altro c'è anche l'area dove potete imparare anche voi, c'è l'area dimostrativa qui davanti al Mainstage, quindi...
Certo, io vi invito ovviamente a provare. Proprio qui fuori ci sarà lo stand dei campionati del mondo di scherma Milano 2023, c'è una pedana, ci sono dei fioretti. Chiaramente non potrete provare con gli strumenti, quelli proprio veri del mestiere che useranno i nostri campioni ai mondiali, ma insomma ci sono dei kit per principianti e comunque potrete provare alcuni movimenti della scherma. Poi noi ci auspichiamo soprattutto che veniate a tifare per i nostri campioni, sia a Milano alla fine di luglio, sia a Terni all'inizio di ottobre.
Benissimo, quindi vi aspettiamo a Milano e a Terni. Grazie davvero.
Grazie a voi, buon
Grazie,
pomeriggio.
Margherita.
Ciao.
Bene. Molto bello vedere come questo paese sia attivo in più ambiti, e quest'anno è davvero molto importante con questa doppia edizione dei campionati del mondo. Ma ora chiamo sul palco Diletta Leotta.
Eccomi! Ciao Cosmano!
Ciao Diletta, ormai da tradizione giunge il momento della finale della Startup Competition.
Finalmente! Non vedevo l'ora, l'ora della Startup Competition, anche perché mi hai raccontato che sei andato in giro un po' per il mondo a presentare la Startup Competition. Sì. E questo format insomma è diventato abbastanza conosciuto ovunque.
Sì, il format, diciamo che col WMF siamo andati in giro per il mondo, sono approdate qui le finaliste, le 6 finaliste tra le circa 3.000 candidate che abbiamo selezionato dall'application con il nostro team Innovation, e anche appunto da questo roadshow internazionale. Siamo stati in Egitto, siamo stati in Repubblica Ceca, in Croazia, in Grecia, insomma un tour abbastanza interessante, e non vediamo l'ora di scoprire queste 6 finaliste.
Che bello, il roadshow internazionale è bellissimo.
Ma vogliamo dare come sempre il via alla Startup Competition. Vai. Con il video. Bene.
Ce la ricordiamo tutti quanti. Sì. Vi ricordate anche le modalità attraverso le quali bisogna essere pronti, insomma, a votare? Tutto, le ricordiamo?
Sì, potete votare tramite la piattaforma, c'è la giuria che è qui in sala davanti, ma potete votare anche tutti quanti voi partecipanti. Ricordiamo le regole di ingaggio.
Sì.
Ogni startup avrà 3 minuti per il pitch, dalla giuria avrete 2 minuti per le domande e poi ci sarà 1 minuto per votare.
Sì, e come si vota?
Come si vota? Dalla piattaforma wmf.ibrida.io, quindi è possibile farlo attraverso la piattaforma. Diciamo anche i premi, raccontiamo i premi?
Vai, raccontiamo anche i premi. Il premio della giuria, che è in partnership con Pegasus, ed è la Startup World Cup, la finale del WMF. Io ormai lo sto dicendo in modo internazionale, perché dovete sapere che prima Cosmano mi ha detto: perché non la facciamo in inglese? Io ho detto: ma no, ma siamo a Rimini, facciamolo in italiano.
Facciamo in italiano, tanto è possibile seguirla anche in lingua attraverso sempre l'applicazione, le cuffie, ed è possibile ascoltare in lingua. Il premio che stavi dicendo, oggi si decreterà in questa collaborazione con Pegasus Venture la startup che arriverà in finale a San Francisco per la Startup World Cup. Quindi questa è anche un po' la finale europea.
Ci sta che insomma qualche volta possiamo anche parlare in inglese a un certo punto, un
Assolutamente.
intercalare in inglese potrebbe starci. Poi abbiamo il premio del pubblico, quindi anche il vostro chiaramente, il valore messo a disposizione dai partner della competition è di 160.000 euro. Quindi insomma un premio che questo qui devo dire...
Grazie davvero ai partner di tutta la competition, sono tantissimi.
E poi lo special prize che è messo a disposizione da Search Media Group per il valore di 15.000 euro in servizi consulenziali. Quindi questo è un po' quello che oggi i nostri amici che tra poco saranno qui su questo palco si sfideranno, tant'è che prima dietro le quinte io li vedevo, c'era un po' di tensione.
Assolutamente sì, c'è sempre
C'era un
della
po' di tensione, sì, è vero, la percepivo un po' di competizione.
Quindi partiamo, invitiamo i 6 finalisti?
Sì.
Sul palco?
Invitiamo i 6 finalisti sul palco, partiamo
da Functional, Yalla, WMF. Potete salire sul palco, eccoli. Anzi, facciamo una cosa, facciamoli salire e li presentiamo dopo, così li scopriamo poco alla volta. Un applauso per loro. Noi andiamo in direzione impostazione conduzione. Io chiederei prima di partire.
Ci mettiamo sul divanetto?
Mettiamoci sul divanetto, sì.
Ma quest'anno siamo comodissimi.
Hai visto?
Siamo un po' lontani da voi, però ci sentite. Tutto bene?
It's okay?
Ok.
So.
Sì, so. Let's start with the first one.
Yes. The first is functional. You have 3 minutes. You can start.
Hi, everyone. Do you remember what happened during the COVID-19 pandemic? People need to be cured, need a surgery, but there was a problem. Surgical mask was off, as well as gloves, as well as gowns. Without this product, surgeon cannot operate. Nurse cannot assist the patient. Unfortunately, the shortage of products needed by company, organization for daily work wasn't just a COVID-19 issue. This is happening even more frequently because of the instability of the supply chain. Last year, instability of supply chain caused a worldwide loss for companies for over 8 billion all around the world. Well, this is where functionals come in. In a very short amount of time, we can map the world for a specific product, negotiate with thousands of suppliers, and identify the best solution in the market. Our model is simple. Usually companies, distributors, tend to rely just on very few suppliers, which means they depend on their prices, if they have or not the product. Functional instead can negotiate at the same time with thousands of suppliers, identify the best product in the market, the best solution in terms of price, in terms of quality and delivery terms, and go back to their customer with huge saving. How can we do it? Thanks to our AI platform, which help us to massively change and negotiating with thousands of suppliers, but still giving them the impression that they are negotiating with a real purchasing manager. In the last 2 years, we generate saving for more than 2,000 of companies for millions of euros, and some of them are great corporate all around the world. In 2023, we already generate saving, and we already originate sales for more than 1.3 million, and we are on track to pass the 3 million in revenues before the end of the year. How we made it? Thanks to an incredible team of talent willing to reinvent the way the companies purchase for the better. We already closed at 1.5 million, and we are on track to close another 5 million in revenues. What is our ultimate goal? What drives our mission and vision? We envision a future where we can effectively address demand and supplies for all the products we know. By engaging an extensive negotiation, automatic conversation between people and product all around the world, we can build a more efficient scenario. And at the end, our objective is to identify this kind of product that can be wasted and integrate them in a more circular economy. Minimize overproduction, eliminate waste, and generate a more efficient world. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo Michael. It's not easy to say everything in English in just 3 minutes, so bravo because you are from Italy, we can say this.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have some question? Is there any question for functional? Yes, one question, please.
You have 2 minutes.
Can you explain how your AI works? What the requirements that you put inside?
Sure, sure. Well, actually, what we are doing is to help us to negotiate, to get in touch with as many suppliers as possible. This means that we can, at the same time, sending email to thousands of suppliers, getting their answer, understand, and let our AI to understand which one is the best quotation, which one is the best offer in the market, put them in a funnel, and at the end, negotiating and taking only the best solution in the market, which help us to generate a huge competitive advantage.
Thanks for the great pitch, and congratulations on being here. Great product, but essentially, you are relying on a two-sided marketplace of solution providers and solution users. So what's your solution to that, and how do you make sure you have sufficient numbers of suppliers so that your AI can pick the best one out of them?
Sure. Well, actually, today, the world is full of database, full of suppliers. What we are trying to do, what we are actually doing, is to get in touch with all of them, understand them. It depends on what we need, what kind of product we need, but then we have a huge database. The key is not how many database. I mean, finding database, it's easy. What is tricky, it's to negotiate and to talk with them at the same time, all together, and identify the best solution in the market.
There is another question?
10 seconds, yes. I think it's not enough, 10 seconds for a question. I don't know if there is some other question. No.
Okay.
Nothing. In 10 seconds, it's impossible. So thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you.
With
Bye.
Functional. This is our first startup. Let's go through with the other startup. Please, Yalla. Thank you so much. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you.
From now.
Hi, my name is Walid Sadeh. I'm the founder and CEO of Yalla Solutions, and we are building the world's super digital bank. I have been in the payment space for over 15 years, where I was leading innovation at Visa for the Middle East and Africa, and I can tell you that the payment experience in Africa is broken. Imagine that 60% of Africa's 1.4 billion citizens are unbanked. And the remaining 40%, we call them unhappily banked. They would get very basic services from banks that would render them useless. That has resulted that only 2% of the transactions happening in B2B and the B2C spaces are done electronically. Of course, affecting financial status, economic prosperity, and social welfare. That was the inspiration to bring out Yalla. So Yalla is effectively a financial proposition that comes with a super app on one end and a digital account with a card on the other end. The card is the only account that you will ever need to do your payments, remittances, savings, investments, insurance, and comes bundled with the app where you can manage the funds in very innovative ways and get access to many other non-financial services built on the financial service core that will allow you to order anything, shop online, buy insurance, buy travel tickets, and so many other things. The idea actually is a blend of the Eastern school of thought that has invented the super app concept, the likes of Alipay and WeChat Pay, Alipay being 1.2 billion customers company, and the Western school of thought around the neobanks and card of the likes of Monzo and Revolut. Blending both brings a new best of both worlds for the African region. We have built so many mini apps, as we call them, to add a lot of value and engage our customers. By this super app concept, we can better target our customers, acquire customers, activate and engage with customers, and understand what they do and their behavior, and better monetize on what they do. We have launched the proposition in Egypt in February 22, and Egyptians loved it. In less than 9 months, we have onboarded more than 1.5 million customers, making us the second largest financial service platform in the country, with more than 2 million downloads and over 5.5 million transactions worth 6 billion Egyptian pounds, and just in 9 months. We have so many ways to monetize and drive revenue from our customers, which has resulted in a cash flow positive situation in the first year of operation and revenue of over $2.5 million. Compared to our competition, we have a very rich stack of services, and this is the team has created the magic behind Yalla. We're raising $3 million to extend our customer base to 5 million customers and expand into Africa. Thank you very much, and we look forward to your support.
It's Yalla from Egypt.
Yeah.
Questions?
Hey.
Hi.
So what is your main reason for being here, and what are your plans towards Western European markets?
Thank you. So I think we've built something very, very unique. For the first time ever, 1.4 billion unbanked, mostly unbanked population is being served by the solution that actually works. So we would like to spread the success story and would like endorsements and support to scale this across the rest of Africa. That's the first stage. But as we actually get along and being in this marvelous event, we got to see a lot of financial institutions who got actually very interested in bringing this experience into the European market, starting by Italy. And that was the exact actual intention behind coming here. Thank you.
Thank you for the pitch. The question about your clients, can you give some insights? Like 1.4 million, is this a specific group? And then how you would like to grow to the 5 million? What's your go-to market strategy?
Perfect. So we have customer base across all the demographics and social spectrum of the population, mostly unbanked, mostly previously underserved population, specifically women and young generations who banks did not really entertain because they're not really engaged with products suitable for them in Africa. The people from banks were coming to us because of the rich digital experience that we offer, and the unbanked, for the first time ever, they get a completely digital experience from the application, from onboarding to actual first transaction in less than 2 minutes. And as for the expansion, we have very, very unique strategies in acquiring bulk customers by offering special programs to pockets of segments like university students, closed communities, sporting clubs, and so on. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect time. Thank you so much.
Is the moment of Wallife.
Yes.
Yes, from
Italy.
From Italy.
So that's amazing. Wow, I'm scared. Okay.
You have 3 minutes from now.
So thank you for hosting me here. And the most important challenge that we have today is that innovation is having a great pace. And this kind of change is impacting both from the technological side and also from the biological and the genetic side, impacting our lives. So insurances, traditional insurances, they struggle to, let's say, to face this challenge and to rise good product with this timing. And at the same time, this is where Wallife comes in. We offer a combination of technology and insurance in order to reduce the risk, mitigate the risk, and compensate the losses of the new risks deriving from technologies and scientific application on our life. Every time that we think to technology, we know that this technology have a lot of positive impact in our lives. Nevertheless, also this positive impact are normally counterbalanced by negative effects. And this is one of the effects also on digital identity. Our first product is focusing the digital identity threats deriving from the more sophisticated cyber attacks we are facing today. And in this context, let's consider this. 2.4 million of phishing attacks are raised every minute. And this is something that we do not do anything to manage and to try to reduce this kind of risk. And this is only one of the several risks we are facing with our digital identity. And in the same context, we are very much obsessed by protecting physically our digital phone and smartphone, because we take covers, we take a lot of things, but at the same time, we do not protect the content. The content is the most valuable things we have here inside. And Wallife is protecting with this digital care insurance product through 4 blocks: insurances, technologies, assistance and education, our digital identities, and our mobile phones. Let's talk just a bit about technology. We have patented individual signature, behavioral signature, technology, which is capable to identify attacks and other kind of threats of our mobile phones. So this is the part of our product that is mitigating the risks. On the other side, we have the insurance that in case the mitigation is failed for whatever reason, the insurance coverage is capable to reimburse directly, to give technical assistance, to assist for social protection, so to mitigate the damages suffered. This is our first product, and I would like to share with you our roadmap. We have done the launch of this product last year, and in July we have secured the first round of investment, and we are looking for the next round of investment, which will be in Q1 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Everything okay with the phone?
Yes, I think yes.
I hope.
I have an insurance.
Maybe. Is there any question from the jury?
Thank you, and congrats on the great pitch and on the great idea.
Thank you.
Definitely get the idea against insuring against this risk. Can you tell us a bit more about who carries the risk at the end? Do you carry the insurance? Do you underwrite the insurance? Do you serve as a broker with an insurance provider? How does that work?
Okay, we are an MGA, so technically speaking, we are a distributor in the countries where we have the license to do this, so in Europe, in Italy, and from this month also in UK, so the entire, let's say, continental Europe. And we have a risk carrier today, because obviously in this path we have started as an MGA, having a risk carrier behind, which is much more effective, but we secure the entire value chain. So from the onboarding of the customer to the customer care, payments, the delivery of the policy, all the things that happens during the period of managing the activity, technology and insurance-wise, and also obviously the claim management and the liquidation of the claim, obviously not the risk as such, because this is covered by a risk carrier.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Can you say a little bit more about your business model?
Yes. Thank you for this question. We are more 90% of our activities B2B2C. So we are delivering embedded insurance. We believe that this is a very important model for our go-to-market. Embedded insurance with different distribution channels. It might be credit, consumer credit, might be credit cards, bank accounts, payment providers, but also traditional distributors of services or hardware and technology services and hardware through the retailers. So a very broad distribution network we are using to go to market our solutions.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
0.
It was a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Wallife with Edwin Colella. And let's go through with the other startup. Please, I want to call you Cyril Klepek. Hi, Cyril.
Hi.
Can you tell me exactly the name of your startup? Because I think it's a combination of your name and surname.
That's right. My wife actually made it like this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Please.
Awesome.
You have 3 minutes from now.
All right. Buongiorno, Jimenez. Great to be here. I would like to tell you a short story of one big problem and how we are also turning a trash into a cash and CO2 savings for more than 20,000 companies across the whole Europe. Let's start with you and one big problem. Forget everything you think you know about the waste. The biggest chunk of waste is actually not coming from you. It's coming from businesses, it's coming from construction waste, it's coming from manufacturing. In Italy, it's 84%. And honestly, those are the beautiful materials that we are not able to utilize in the economy because it's coming into a waste management industry. And honestly, it's not the best industry we could see. It's an industry which is worth now $2.1 trillion, and they're actually making money because of the information asymmetry. And as a result of that, we globally waste 30 gigatons of very precious materials every single year. Materials we need to extract somewhere, like in this mine in Chile. So 3.5 years ago, we decided to change that, and we started nowadays Europe's largest platform for industrial waste management and green sourcing. It works very easily. Company register, they upload a waste or byproduct or recycled materials, they understand what is the current value of materials, and basically then there's a matchmaking process. The matchmaking process is a secret sauce why we are growing that rapidly. There is a massive data layer, hundreds of thousands of companies' data, and there is every morning a special algorithm crunching data and suggesting what is the best for you and materials you might actually get connected. So in the end of the day, it works a bit as a Tinder. We have also a consulting tribe that's onboarding the biggest companies like IKEA, Lego, and telling them actually what can be done to decarbonize materials. And so far, we focus on GMV, the most important metric in the platform, and we achieved 75 million euro last year in almost exponential growth. How are we making money? In a couple of things. First is a premium account, then is a transaction fee. In some part of the transaction, there's also a consulting fee. It's a combination, and we are still working, honestly, in the perfect product market fit. So we empower companies to save almost 8 million ton of CO2, and we would love to become the 1 gigaton of CO2 solution in some year to come. And competitors, we are providing probably the best holistic solution. And the reason behind is great, is dedicated team is a very strong mission and vision, double the circularity by 2030. And we would love to go for a Series A in 12 months' time. We are open now. Time is now for climate and business. Thank you very much. Grazie mille.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where are you from?
From Prague.
Prague.
Praga. So, there is some question. Yes, let's start with the first question.
Thank you. Thank you and congratulations. That's an amazing idea. And do you do any assessment to ensure the reliability of the players that you welcome in the platform?
Absolutely, it's super important waste management. So we are checking them when entering. The platform itself is very open, but when they do a business, we actually checking out. So we are also kicking out a lot of companies, and we also have an algorithm who is able, by using a couple of parameters, actually spot a potential fraudster and just kick them out of the platform. We are also checking the materials if client wants. Thanks. So one question in the front.
Thank you. Thanks for the pitch. Given the wide variety of products that are traded in the marketplace, how do you preserve the scalability of the platform? Are you vertically integrated for the transportation, or you work with partners? Thank you.
Yeah, good question. You can imagine that, I don't know, Lidl is uploading LDP foils that actually go to recycling company. Recycling company, let's say Veolia, is recycling it and then actually send back to the market. And since they never know what is the best price in a given month, it actually motivates to come back to the platform, even though sometimes it will be easier for them to have one partner. Thank you.
There is other questions?
I think in 10 seconds it's not easy to do a question, so let's take this time for say to you, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So we introduced to us the first 4 startup company. Now it's time to go back to Italy. So please come here. And this is Planetwatch with Claudio Parrinello.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Look, there is one thing which we are all doing right now here, and it's very important. Boomers, kids, everybody's doing it. You know what it is? Breathing. We don't breathe, we die. No air, no life. And in fact, if we breathe air which is not quite good, we can have big, big problems. So air quality is very important for human life, so we need to monitor it carefully everywhere and all the time. And sure enough, because it is so important, there is a big market for air quality services. It's a multi-billion market and it's growing fast. Now the question is, are we doing a good job at monitoring air quality? Are you sure we're monitoring air quality in our cities well enough? Well, the answer is no. We are not doing a good job because we don't have enough sensors on the ground. We have too few sensors in cities, which means that we get kind of a blurred picture of what's going on in terms of air quality. And we need to go from a blurred picture to a very crisp and sharp one. And that requires deploying way more sensors than we have today. If we do, we can detect pollution hotspots, study them, and better protect people. Now, let's put some numbers onto this. So what do I mean by that? What is the challenge? Well, the challenge is a huge one. I claim we need to deploy at least 20 times more sensors everywhere, in every city in the world, to better protect people. And we're talking about here, obviously, several hundreds of thousands of sensors. So this is such a big task, which is even too big for corporates like Google. You need a different idea. And here is our idea how to deploy all these sensors. We want to get help to be partners with people who have a big stake in the air quality in the cities because they're breathing it once again. So citizens, ordinary people, and local businesses. What is our proposal, and how does it make into a business model? The idea is that people who accept to purchase and deploy approved air quality sensors and share the data with us, enabling us to build advanced data products that then get monetized and sold to a number of corporates and local government entities. We draw a revenue out of it, and the revenue is shared with what we call data producers or planet watchers. Now, does it work? Well, we believe this is the only scalable business model and approach to deploying a huge number of sensors worldwide. So we believe it is the only way to do it, and in fact, it does work. We have quite a bit of traction. We have over 6,000 outdoor air quality sensors deployed as of today, 40,000 data producers, and do you know that Google Maps is currently offering an air quality map? In fact, this is what it looks like in the US compared to Planetwatch on the bottom, and surprise, this is what it looks like in Europe compared to Planetwatch. In Europe, they display no data, so hey Google, let's talk. We have data ready for you when you need them. We have a market-ready product, we want to scale fast, so we are raising funds, 2 million raised, 2 million to find. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudio.
Thank you so much, Claudio. We have 2 minutes more for questions. Let's start with the first one.
Thank you for the presentation. The question, which decisions were taken after receiving the data?
So let me explain what is the difference that our data make. With the data, I'm from Rome. Rome, 1,300 square kilometers, very big city, 13 public air quality monitoring stations, one every 100 square kilometers. Like looking at a strange picture with VGA, and we need 8K. So if you have 8K, if you have high-resolution data, you can detect pollution hotspots, understand that they occur in a specific neighborhood, maybe every Wednesday afternoon between 5 and 6, correlate pollution with traffic jams, understand if it's related to traffic jams, and then take a number of actionable decisions. Otherwise, you just have blanket decisions that shut down the city, which is disruptive and doesn't work.
Thank you.
Another question?
Hi, thank you for your pitch. I have a question regarding the data collectors that you mentioned. Can you describe the persona? What do they actually capture, and how do you assess the data?
Yeah, I mean, we have a network made of 2 types of sensor. The high-spec sensor, which has been developed incidentally by Italian National Research Institute. Let me just mention that we have high-level partners with high-level scientific endorsements. So our data science grade. So the top spec sensor for outdoors is measure CO, particulate, ozone, NO2. That's what it measures, which are the most important pollutants for outdoors. We also have a lower spec device which only measures particulate, which is still very important to understand the global picture in a city.
Perfect. In 10 seconds, I can say that it's enough. Thank you so much. Thank you, Claudio. With Planetwatch. So before to go through with the last startup, I want to take a minute to remember to you. I don't know if I have to do this in English or in Italian, but maybe it's the same. That tonight, guys, because everyone is here in this moment, so tonight there will be an amazing beach party. I suggest you to come absolutely, because this is the concert of Bundabash. So it's an amazing concert, and you can buy the ticket directly here to the info point. Quindi questa sera, ragazzi, c'è un beach party pazzesco. Non perdetevelo, perché il beach party ci sarai anche tu, Cosmano?
Assolutamente sì.
Ecco, non so se possiamo dare qualche altra informazione.
Ci sarà musica, ci sarà da bere, drink, insomma, un momento sciolto per divertirci. Quindi c'è ancora qualche ticket, potete comprarlo all'Info Point e vi aspettiamo.
Quindi appena finisce la Startup Competition correte a comprare lì i ticket.
The last startup.
The last startup, please come on stage. Tomislav Lang. Hello.
Where are you from?
Me? Croatia and Germany and all around the world.
Croatia, Germany, and all around the world. Perfect. You have 3 minutes to introduce us your startup.
Welcome, everybody. I'm your CEO and founder of Flyv, and let me take you on a short flight over Rimini with the first smart on-demand company. I will start with a short quote. My father was in aviation, and he always told me, the most beautiful way to travel is by air, and he was right. Let's imagine, short question to all of you, how much time and cost did it take you to come here and go back home? We all spend too much time in traffic jams, we pollute the air, we wait at airports, everything is canceled, everything is delayed, and we have something very beautiful for you. But before I do this, my travel, it took me 10.5 hours to get to Rimini. I could have been here in less than 2 hours. And the most beautiful thing, I would have wasted less than 50% of CO2 emissions already today. We have a worldwide scalable business model. Why is that? It's huge. It's endless. We can disrupt this industry, we can do it different, and we can do it all together and give it back to you. We will fly you closer and faster than any other transport traffic node to your place of choice with fully electric aircraft, and we put the power to the customer. You will tell my people, my company, when and where you want to fly, and we make the magic happen in our AI algorithm. I have experts on board, they have designed it already. We own this software, we have the tool to make this happen. In 2025, we will start flying with this beautiful Tecnam P2012 Italian manufactured aircraft and bring you into the air, paving the runway for the future of full sustainable electric flight with the sole goal to fly fully electric. We have come far and we have done a lot. I've put all of my time into this company with my team. In 2024, we want to ramp up the company, and 25 finally get into the air in order to deliver you as fast as possible the best transport you can get. Join me on my vision to disrupt the air industry and how we travel. Join us on the mission to be different and to revolutionize how we travel in the future, fully sustainable. We have great partners on board. We have Tecnam from Capua. We have Electra from the United States. We have Startup House from Poland. We have Maibaum Film and Corée from Switzerland. And I have this beautiful, perfect expert team who know how to disrupt it and to be faster at the end of the day. So I'm done. Happy landings, and hopefully have a safe trip back home. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Flyv Bird. I can imagine the first question. I have an idea of the first question.
Thank you for the presentation. So the question is how much money you need to make it possible?
How much money we need?
Yeah.
Well, we need to start now, and we are seeking for partners who will help us fuel our engines first. So we already have an investor on board. In total, at the moment, we seek any partner who is keen in looking into our model to have a great company in place.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It's really an amazing vision. What about the price of the flight itself? Is it more similar to a commercial flight or to a private flight?
That's the great thing. It's a private flight at commercial costs. So every flight comes at not more than a 10% premium than any other transport mobility possibility you have. So if you travel with a car, you will know Flyv will be not more expensive than 10%. It could be even cheaper.
Hello? Hi,
Yes.
Here you go. So what do you think is your main challenge right now? Is it production? Is it R&D? Is it funding?
Our biggest challenge is to start flying next year and preparing all of our preparation to get Flyv into the air. But a challenge, I wouldn't know which it is. We have solved everything, so everything is there. We know exactly what we need to do. And money, every startup needs some money, and what differentiates me is, until now, everything was built by all of us. So the first investor is here, and we would love to have the next partners helping us going into revenues.
Okay. Sorry. Last question.
Last question.
How can you solve the fill rate of any travel? You need to fill the plane. How can you solve it?
That's the magic of the algorithm. Thank you for asking. So we're pooling decentral traffic streams. We only fly decentral, and we always guarantee every flight. With all of us telling Flyv where to fly, the AI starts creating the perfect network model in order to be full every time and have profitable unit economics. Why do we do this? Back in 2010, I was owning my own airline, and I wanted to change this. I want to look into the future in order to give my passengers the guarantee no cancel flight, faster connections, and that the investor knows I'm not burning cash for nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Flyv Bird, presented by Tomislav Lang. So, now we knew everything about these 6 startups. These are our finalists, and it's a pleasure. And now we will give you the time to vote, because it's very important now to decide which one can win this competition. And to take this time, I want to introduce you something very important for us, and I will do it in Italian, perché lui è il nostro Head of Global Partnership, e quindi sono molto contenta di chiamare qui sul palco insieme a noi, per dare il tempo anche alla nostra giuria di votare per le finaliste di questa Startup Competition, a Vito Esposito. Eccolo, Head of Global Partnership del WMF.
Buonasera, buonasera Leotta, buonasera a tutti, good evening to everyone. I would like to introduce myself, Mr. Jan Bjorklund, Ambassador of Sweden in Italy. Please come on the stage, Mr. Bjorn, Mr. Jan. And Mr. Abdelkrim Touahria, Algerian Ambassador to Italy. So, first of all, thank you very much for being here at WMF. I hope you are enjoying the show, the trade fair. And I will go very straight to some crucial questions in the framework of digital cooperation. So, starting from Mr. Jan, new data from the European Commission, especially the European Innovation Scoreboard, showed Sweden as the most innovative country in the European Union. In this framework, which are the implications for cooperation between our two countries, Italy and Sweden?
Thank you. Let me just ask a question to the audience. How many of you have ever listened to music on Spotify? Okay, thank you. How many of you have used Skype when having meetings online? Yeah, thank you. Majority in both questions. Then we have already a big cooperation between Sweden and Italy. These are Swedish innovations, Swedish companies used in Italy. We have a lot of Italian companies also in Sweden. We have a lot of cooperation between these countries. Let me underline two basic facts. First of all, governments can never create innovation. It's individuals who create innovation, who come up with ideas. That's the first thing. The second thing, let's take this microphone I'm speaking in right now as an example. There was someone had to come up with the idea to create this microphone 150 years ago. But if there was no one commercializing that idea, we shouldn't be heard of this microphone. You need both a researcher and an innovator, but also an entrepreneur. And that is what successful innovation policy is all about, to put the innovator, the researcher, and the entrepreneur together and to stimulate them. For let's be honest, they are often two different persons, but not only that. The researcher and the businessman are two different kinds of persons with different attitudes. And successful innovation policies is about putting the researcher and the entrepreneur together.
Thank you very much. Definitely you took very good examples. So, giving the word to Mr. Abdelkrim. Mr. Abdelkrim, Algeria is quite a new player in this scenario. According to this, which are the policies and initiatives that Algeria is managing for technological and innovative development in the country?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer of this event, important event, and for the opportunity also that make me the possibility to be here with you. Effectively, in our policy, under the leadership of the President, which accorded most importance for the young people to be in the future the most creator, the most innovator in the sector, not only for the diplomacy, although for the sector health, tourism, economic, energy. We are living in this moment in the phase of developing our diplomacy, because the traditional concept of diplomacy is to promote, protect the interests of our countries. But now with the technology, and we thank the technology, we make this opportunity fastly by Twitter, by Messenger, by Facebook. This context of development of technology in all the sector allow us to be one of the countries which take the possibility and have the perspective for most and huge opportunity of becoming one of developing countries.
And one more question. Is there any special policy dedicated to cooperation between Algeria and Italy?
We are living the best moment in this relation, because Algeria and Italy, their relation not only for these 2-3 years, but since 60 years. We have the diplomatic relation since 6 years, and the dynamic which created by the two presidents Abdelmajid Tebboune and Sergio Mattarella, was the factor which determined this relation for the future, and we are living the level of cooperation that we never lived it in the past.
Shukran. Thank you very much. Mr. Jan, one more question for you. Before we were speaking about the positive implication of cooperation. In this framework, which we are living now, which is quite complex, do you see any possible fallout in cooperation between allied countries or between Sweden and Italy specifically?
Absolutely. Within the EU, we have now big projects together. In Italy, you are discussing a lot about this PNRR, even from this stage, I have heard. Now, but that means that we invest a lot in Europe now in digitalization and green transition. And here we have to learn from each other. That's absolutely for sure. Of course, since I am Swedish ambassador to Italy, I'm focused on bringing Swedish universities and Swedish companies to Italy. My Italian colleague in Stockholm do the opposite, of course. But I spend almost all my time to try to stimulate Swedish companies and universities to cooperate here. For example, I was in Torino some time ago because of Fiat and Stellantis. And I had 5 Swedish companies with me doing business with Fiat. And I thought they come down and should produce some sort of steering wheel or something. No, they were all software. You know, a car today is only computers. I didn't understand anything, but they did good business. So, we do it all the time in a really high-tech level all the time. And it's my job to promote it even more, but we are already doing it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Abdelkrim, before we saw how Algeria is approaching digital cooperation and innovation, and you also talked about how Algeria is approaching relationship with Italy. Is there any specific country in the MENA region, in the Middle East and North Africa, where Algeria has got any best case of cooperation, is doing well, and you think this kind of policy should be also implemented in some other country?
Yeah, I think that the degree of the cooperation that we have now with Italia, it is not only in the sector of energia, because we have many other sectors that we will be in the future months, the central of the cooperation between the two countries. I see it comme example the project of Fiat in Algeria, which will protect the cars in Algeria. This cooperation is the transfer of knowledge in Algeria, and this will consecrated the ultimate phase of the cooperation between the two countries. We are working also for other sector of activities. We try to respond to the preoccupation of our population, and I think that between Algeria and Italia, we will be serving Europe, and there is other project in Algeria, maybe with another countries of Europe. I can't see the name of the countries now, but we are working for developing and for magari maybe essere the actor the actor of the cooperation between the south and the north of the Mediterranean space.
Thank you very much. One last question for Mr. Jan. So Erdogan, the first re-elected president of Turkey, closed the door for Sweden admission to the NATO. Which are the feelings in Sweden about this, and how Russia is involved? Do you think is involved in this decision?
You know, Sweden did not participate in the First World War. Sweden did not participate in the Second World War. Sweden was neutral. That created some sort of collective mindset in Sweden that if you are neutral, you can avoid war. Now, Ukraine was also neutral upon one and a half year ago. So I think that has been a really wake-up call for Swedes, that you are not protected only by being neutral. There is now a big support for the NATO membership in Sweden, about 80–85% of the population. The difference, one big difference between Sweden and Italy is, of course, that we live very close to Russia. Very, very close. We have always had Russian military airplanes, naval vessels in the Baltic Sea, and they are very aggressive all the time. So there is a big support now. I hope really that it's now up to one country or maybe two in NATO to also accept our membership, and I hope it can be finalized this summer.
Okay, so since we have few minutes left, I will make one more question. We saw your point, what Sweden is doing, what Algeria is doing. Just your point of view about how Italy is positioned in the digital marketing, in the digital and technological market.
Well, Sweden is now very, very, I should say, in front of the digital in Europe, in the digital transition. Italy is maybe more in the medium, but when I observe Italy, there are so many key factors which are already fulfilled. This is an industrial nation with a high competence. This is the country of Marconi. This is the country of a lot of innovation and industrial successes in the past. So, good engineering traditions. And so I can only see that should EU have given an advice to Italy, and I can easily support that advice as well. There is a little bit too much bureaucracy here. So and you know, if you should start a business company in Sweden, you go in on a homepage in the government agency, you fill it in, and after 10 minutes the company is started. For example, you have to make it easy for innovators. The researchers, they are not entrepreneurs, but it should be easy to commercialize ideas. That's the point here.
And your point of view about the same question, how Italy is considered in Algeria, especially in the technological field, of course?
Yes, for us, Italy is the first partner, not only in Europe, but in the world now, because the volume of economic exchange, the past year is $7 million, and this year $18 million. This is confirmed that we will be in the ascendance to get up for the future, and we admiring the Italian model for the small and the medium enterprises to follow this policy and become not wide for as Italy.
Thank you very much. I hope that with
Thank
WMF.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our ambassadors and Vito Esposito. Grazie mille.
Bene, before to discover who will win the startup competition, we call on the stage our partner from Pegasus Tech Venture, Bill Reichert.
Thank you.
Ciao, Bill. How are you?
Thank you so much. I tell you, how you guys doing over here? Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So I am so honored and delighted that Pegasus Tech Ventures and Startup World Cup has had the opportunity to partner with Search On and We Make Future and the team that put this all together here in Rimini. And so thank you all for letting us be one of your partners. So you guys, we're almost done there. You know, the hamsters are whirring on the circle, trying to do the calculations. Actually, my understanding is they decided to have ChatGPT check all the judges to make sure they make the right decision. Okay, so we're cranking on that. So while we're waiting, I just wanted to share a little bit about Startup World Cup, about Pegasus, and I was also asked to give the group a little bit of a taste of Silicon Valley. And so let's start with Startup World Cup. Startup World Cup is one of the largest and richest startup competitions on the planet, with a grand prize of $1 million. So one of you guys is going to get to come to San Francisco at the end of November to compete for a $1 million prize against all the other regional winners coming from around the world. So Startup World Cup is something we started about 8 years ago with the idea that what we wanted to do was celebrate innovation, celebrate entrepreneurship, and connect innovation ecosystems from around the world to each other, reinforce them within their ecosystem, and then also, selfishly, we wanted to connect them to Silicon Valley so that we could plug in to all of this talent wherever it is on the planet. So what we do is we run over 50 regional competitions around the world, all over the planet, and the winners come to San Francisco to compete for this $1 million grand prize. So that $1 million prize is going to be given on December 1st, 2023 in San Francisco. We're running a 3-day event starting November 29th, that's the semifinals, November 30th, and then December 1st is the grand finale, which is a conference and a competition that has, you know, some of this feel. It's about 4,000 people that come to San Francisco from all over the world to get a taste of Silicon Valley and to participate in this competition. So Pegasus is the founder, organizer of Startup World Cup. We look for partners all over the planet, like We Make Future, to run these competitions to bring the best startups from wherever they're coming from. And so Pegasus is a global venture capital firm, are headquartered in Silicon Valley with offices around the world. We've made over 250 investments over the years in some really interesting companies like SpaceX and 23andMe and SoFi and others. So that's Startup World Cup and Pegasus. In the few seconds that I have left, the organizers asked me to provide a sort of micro TED Talk on the top 10 VC secrets that entrepreneurs need to know, but VCs don't tell them. So I'm obviously not going to have time to do 10. But let me do a couple. So, secret number 1, really important for entrepreneurs to appreciate this. This was my epiphany when I made a transition from being an entrepreneur to being a venture capitalist. Contrary to popular belief, VCs do not make investments with their brains. They make investments with their hearts. VCs, believe it or not, are people as well. And so what you've got to do as an entrepreneur is not just tell them graphs and tables and data and we're going to disrupt this $56 billion industry. You've got to get to, wow, that's amazing. You can do that. We want to invest in you. Getting to wow is not an intellectual process, it's an emotional process. You've got to get the VCs to fall in love. They're not going to fall in love if you just describe your technology. So that's secret number 1. Secret number 2 is about, well, as far as I'm going to be able to get. But believe it or not, VCs do not invest in entrepreneurs who are nice. So it's not that we want to invest in entrepreneurs who are jerks, but we want to invest in entrepreneurs who have an incredible sense of urgency, an incredible sense of getting things done. And unfortunately, most nice people are not urgent enough. We don't want you to be jerks, but we want you to have a high sense of urgency and a high sense of the need to get things done. So now, I know I'm out of time, and so with that, what we're going to do is we're going to move to the presentation of the winner. So now, let's see. Where's the trophy? Anybody?
Yes, yes, it's coming. Thank you so much, Rick. Where are you from? Where are you from?
I am from Northern California, Silicon Valley.
Welcome to Italy.
It's so delightful to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bill.
Yes.
But
Stay
now,
with us.
now you stay here because we discover the startup.
Okay.
Will arrive in San Francisco for the Startup World Cup.
Exactly. So we're hoping, actually, we're hoping all of you will come. Only one of you will compete, but we're hoping all of you will come. And we're hoping all of you will come.
Yes,
to
why
San
not? To
Francisco.
San Francisco, it's a pleasure. So this is a very important award because who will win now will go directly to the final of Startup World Cup. So we say in Italy, in bocca al lupo, ragazzi.
So can I ask a favor? There should be a trophy lying around here somewhere.
Yes, now.
Has anybody...
Now arrive, don't worry. Now arrive.
Do we know where the trophy is?
Yes, we discover.
Possiamo avere l'award, facciamo entrare il premio, che vi voglio ricordare il premio della giuria. Ve lo ricordo in italiano, sarà il premio attraverso il quale una delle nostre 6 finaliste andrà direttamente alla finale della World Cup delle Startup Competition.
Quindi ricordiamo perché abbiamo 3 premi, ora scopriamo il primo.
This is the trophy, Rick.
Very good. I was afraid
You
somebody
love
had
this
stolen
trophy.
it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
no.
And the winner is...
Drum roll, please.
Yalla!
Okay. Come on now. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations!
A picture all together.
Okay, it's a little loose.
All right.
Okay, but all right. So photo op, watch him. Look at him. All right. Thank you.
Cheese!
Yes. Wild applause.
Congratulations, Yalla! You will go directly to San Francisco.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
For the
We
final.
will see you in San Francisco.
See you there. Thank you
and
very much.
sorry, guys, but maybe next year. But hope we see you in San Francisco. And thank you
Thank you,
so
Bill.
much. Appreciate
Thank
it
you, Rick.
so much.
We
Take
will
care.
see soon in San Francisco.
That would be great. Okay,
Ciao,
congratulations, Yalla.
Yeah, now it's time to celebrate for sure. Congratulations, Yalla.
We have other 2 winners.
Yeah. This is an important moment, of course. Yeah. Let's do a selfie all together. Yes. Cheese. Yalla!
Congratulations.
Our first winners.
Now we have
Now I want to introduce you to the stage.
yes.
Giuseppe Oppedisano, Head of Innovation of WMF, that will give to the next winner the trophy. Thank you so much, Giuseppe. How are you? Good? Everything good. This is the trophy.
We have the prize. Okay. Thank you.
160,000 for the winner of
Nah.
the Audience Award 2023.
The
So,
winner is CYRKL.
CYRKL. Congratulations.
A picture.
160,000. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much to Cyril.
Thanks.
Now we have the last
Yeah.
winner.
The last winner, in this case, I want to introduce you on the stage, Marco Quadrella, that will give the last trophy for our winners. So please welcome on stage, Marco, co-search on consulting.
This is the prize. Okay.
And about Special Mention Award 2023, 15,000. And the winner is...
Wallife.
Grazie mille, grazie molte, grazie.
Complimenti, complimenti. Facciamo la foto tutti quanti insieme?
Grazie, grazie a tutti.
Che bello
Thank
ragazzi,
you.
veramente,
Grazie
complimenti.
molte,
Sono molto contenta per voi.
A picture all together here.
Yes, come please all together. We will take a picture. Congratulations for all of you guys.
Okay. Grazie, grazie davvero.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
See you
Thank you.
soon. Thank you, grazie, grazie mille.
Ci vediamo qui sul Mainstage più tardi per chiudere questa giornata. Grazie a tutti.